Hey WCMS, it's Elena.
And Tyler.
It's May 21st and the 14th show of From the Middle.
Hey Elena, do you remember elementary school and the change to middle school?
I think so, but it seems so long ago.
Well, let's go to the 5th graders to see how they help 4th graders tour the middle school.
Hi, it's Jack here. Thursday afternoon, May 8th, was Step Up Day. It started with a short band concert by the 5th grade band that performed for the 3rd and 4th graders. Then the 4th graders stayed to see the 5th grade classrooms and hear all about the routines at the middle school presented by the 5th grade teachers. Then the 5th grade students got to be the tour guides as they showed the 4th graders around the building how to open lockers and answer any questions.
Yes. Go look for a book, take it out, give it to her or another person.
Also, what is it like? I'm surprised.
It was a fun afternoon and a good way to introduce the fall's incoming students to the building and 5th grade. Now let's send it on over to Cammie.
I am Cammie and I am here at Scotia Park.
We reported on this earlier in the season when we went to the Parks and Recreation meeting to present the idea of a dog park. That was successful. We are now working on putting together the obstacles in the new dog park. We 5th graders from Project Explorer have been working on this since November. An older student, Brian Johnson, is also working on the park as his Eagle Scout project. The park has obstacles for bigger dogs and smaller dogs. The obstacles include tires, barrels, a ramp, tile tubing, teeter-totter, and just a big open area for dogs to run around or play fetch. The park doesn't have fencing yet, but we'll have some in the future. If you come to the park, you may want to keep your dogs on a leash.
Well, I need to start working again, so let's bring it back to the anchors.
I can't wait till they're done with the park. I can bring my dog.
Yeah, wasn't our 5th grade project on recycling?
Yeah, I think so. Speaking of recycling, have you heard that 6th graders are making cool carts out of cardboard and stuff?
Really? Let's go to the 6th graders to check that out.
Hey WCMS, it's Cameron.
And Natalie.
We were just testing our powered carts for science.
This week we have been building powered carts and non-powered rolling carts.
The goal is to see whose goes the farthest.
We have held competitions for this.
The farthest one has gone 25 feet.
Personally, mine was the one that always lost. What about you?
Mine was fine, but it wasn't the best.
Let's take a look at some of these amazing carts. I've had a lot of fun building these rolling carts.
Yes, me too. Now let's roll it over to Grace.
Hey WCMS, Grace here to send a farewell to the wonderful 6th grade teacher, Mrs. Bailey. In her 20 years of teaching, she has become many students' favorite science teacher. Let's find out some more about her teaching experience. Mrs. Bailey, what has been your favorite teaching experience?
I have so many favorite experiences. I can't choose just one. One of the most surprising was when a young man named John tied a big rubber bat to my door, and when I opened the door to walk in, it flew down and hit me in the face, and I screamed and ran out in the hall, and now it's funny. That day I about had a heart attack, but that, and then I just love having kids come back and visit and tell me what they're doing and bring their babies to visit me, and kids that come back from the Army and tell me how they're doing.
Do you think you are ready for retirement, or will it be too hard?
It's going to be very difficult. I love kids. I love teaching you guys, and you're all so wonderful and make every day exciting. I'm going to miss that terribly. And my teachers that I teach with have been with me when my parents were sick, or, when you have really good things you're celebrating, they're there to celebrate with you. And when you have a bad day, they're there. And so I'm going to miss that support system too.
What are you most excited for about your retirement?
I'm going to travel. I'm going to visit our kids in Alaska, and I'm going to do some mission work in Romania with kids, our kids and the kids they work with. And I'm going to teach in Costa Rica. So I'm going to be busy the first year. Then I'll probably get a part-time job.
We love you, Mrs. Bailey.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
Even though it is such a tragedy she is leaving, we know she has had many great years of teaching. Now let's go back to the anchors.
Sounds like Mrs. Bailey is traveling to some pretty interesting places.
Yeah, let's go to the 7th grade to see all the cool places they're learning about.
Hey WCMS, Alex here, and I was just putting the finishing touches on my Africa project. Throughout all of 7th grade, we have covered all but 2 of the continents, each requiring a series of worksheets and maps. This time, however, we get to make a project featuring a country in Africa. We drew out of a hat to pick our country, and we are currently working on a poster to promote it. We are including the following information on our poster: an index card colored to match the country's flag, a map of Africa with our selected country and its neighbors labeled, quick facts, interesting facts, and the geography of the country. So far, I, and I'm sure all of the other students have too, learned much about our chosen country, and I've really enjoyed the making of the poster, as well as the extraordinary learning experience. Well, I better get back to working on my project, so let's send it on over to Austin.
Hey there, WCMS. It's Austin here with Mrs. Crystal. Since she's retiring this year, I'm going to ask her a few questions about her teaching career. So, Mrs. Crystal, what inspired you to become a teacher?
Austin, I had a really great teacher when I was a junior in high school, and he turned me on to symbolism and English, and that's why I'm a teacher.
How long have you been teaching?
This is my 39th year.
It's always fun to go back or to see kids that I had in the past. I have 2 kids that I taught taught English to, that are teaching with me in 7th grade, Mrs. Hissler and Mrs. Bailey. And just knowing so many kids and watching them and their lives grow up and have families and send their kids to school, and then those kids are in my class. It's been really great. Reading the same story over and over again. That's been one of my favorite parts, actually. Yeah. So.
What is your funniest memory of teaching?
Well, I have a lot of funny memories, but this year there was something really funny that happened. And actually, it happened with the class that I have in my room right now. Could we go in and have them reenact it?
That sounds great.
One of the funniest things that happened this year happened in my homeroom. It was during the PE unit on boot camp, and the kids had done the leg workout the day before, and in the morning we were here and we were listening to the announcements, and then the student over the intercom said, "And now all please stand for the pledge." And well, let me just have them show you. Please stand for the pledge. It wasn't quite that loud, but you get the idea.
Well, that's about all. Thanks, Mrs. Crystal, for educating many students. So now I'll retire from my report and we'll send it back to the anchors.
Wow, I hate to say it, but this year is really winding down.
Yeah, sadly, our show is as well.
But first, we better get to Grace to see how the 8th grade high school visits went.
Hey, Webster City Middle School. It's Grace, and recently the 8th grade class made a trip to the high school. Half the grade went on Monday, and the other half went yesterday on Tuesday. We split up into 8 groups when we got to the high school, and each group sat in a core class for about 20 minutes before we switched to another class. We asked questions for both the teachers and students about high school. We ate lunch with the B lunch period. Overall, it was a very helpful day to see what high school would be like. Let's go to Rocco to see what 8th graders are doing in art.
Hi WCMS, it's Rocco.
And Alexis.
And we're here in the art room to talk to you about a project the 8th grade art is just finishing.
That project is mosaics.
Mosaics are pictures made up of small pieces of paper, glass, or other things.
Let's ask Miss Munkle how she got the idea to do this fun project.
I came up with the mosaic project because it's a project that's seen across multiple cultures back as early as Mesopotamia time. Now it's seen in Islamic tiles, Hispanic art, Indian art, all across the world. So I thought it was a really great multicultural project to incorporate in 8th grade.
What is your favorite art project this year out of 8th grade?
Out of the 8th grade projects, my favorite has to be the zombie styrofoam heads. They were really fun to do way back in the fall, and as each trimester continued, they got more and more creative. We had everything from the corpse bride to a zombie to different Egyptian characters.
Thank you. I really enjoyed doing the mosaics. Did you, Alexis?
I did indeed. Now let's send it back to the anchors.
There's been a lot of interesting projects this year in art.
There's still important upcoming events. May 22nd, Special Olympics torch run at 10 a.m.
Also, it's the State Special Olympics. Good luck to all the participants representing Webster City.
May 26th is Memorial Day and no school.
May 27th, that morning is the 6th grade field day, and after school, 8th grade can try out for show choir.
Wednesday, May 28th is the 7th grade Student Council Cleanup Day.
And later that week, all the iPads will be turned back in.
Friday, May 30th is the 6th grade Mini Society International Business Day.
And Monday, June 2nd is the 5th grade field day and 7th grade field day.
June 3rd is the last day of school for the students.
And the yearbook signing will be in the morning, and students will be dismissed at 12:20.
Wow, that's a lot to take place in a short time.
And of course, there are rain dates for all the outdoor activities, just in case, but we won't mention all those.
Have a great Memorial Day, everyone, and a great rest of the year. We'll see you next year.
From the middle.